Hey YouTube, RPM Idaho here. Got a quick video for you. This is going to be a video on the Paracord jig that I have, that I make my bracelets with. And first I wanted to give a shout out to BPS7US1, who I just watched a video and subscribed to, taught me a new knot. So I made some paracord bracelets out of it. This is called the Piranha knot. It's a very cool knot. I didn't know this until I watched his video. I'm really liking it. It's a little more difficult than the cobra stitch that I've done all my bracelets with. And I'll just do it side by side so you can kind of see the difference. It's a little more unusual. Oops, sorry. So anyway, it's a little better. You can kind of see how that works out. He does his Piranha knot for lanyards, and I don't do a lot of lanyards. I do some. I might try it with the lanyards, but I was kind of wondering how it'd look on a bracelet. It looks pretty cool. So here's one of this is the silver camo that I had a whole bunch of. This was my experiment. Now the problem is the end here, it gets so tight because you got to weave the paracord in between the two strands, the center strands, that I have to end it with a cobra stitch anyway. But the knot comes out good. Kind of like it. So anyway, there's that. That's if you want to know how to do this knot. I'm not going to do a tutorial on it because I learned it from somebody else who did a great tutorial. I mean, it took me minutes to learn how to do. It is BPS Boy Paul Stan 7 US, like United States 1. Check out his channel, and he's got some good vids and does a lot of paracord stuff. So the main reason for this video, I'm doing this with my camera phone because my kid's at school, and I can say all I want because you know, then I don't get squirted with water for saying it, and he'll probably see the video and squirt me all day anyway. So he wanted to know how to make this my paracord jig because he lives in Australia, and it's shipping there is very expensive, and I guess all the sites, eBay and all those sites that he could find this on, were just outrageously expensive, or they wouldn't even ship it to Australia. So I told him I'd send him the dimensions, but actually I'm going to do the video and he can rewind and check it out all he wants. So we're going to start with the bottom. I wrote the dimensions on the jig itself. So from end to end is 14 inches. The width is 2.5. Now for the center slot, let's see if I can do this, from the end of the board to the slot is 1 1/8 inches. The slot itself is 9 inches long, and it is a 1/4 inch wide, thick slot, and it's centered in the board. The board itself is 2.5 inches wide by 14 inches, which I think I already said. And if you want dimensions from the other end, it's 4 inches to the beginning of the slot, and then a 9-inch slot. And the board is 3/16 to a 1/4 inch. I don't really think it matters much. Alright, so the movable block is 3/4 inches thick by 2.5 inches wide, same width as the base, by 2.5 inches. And then mounted on that is a 3/8 clip and a 5/8 clip, and then they just use a bolt with a wing nut that goes all the way through. Wow, this is kind of weird looking through this camera or this phone. Okay, and then on the other end, this stationary block, this one does not move, it's mounted on the end, is 3/4 inches thick, 2.5 inches wide by 1.5 inches width. And then same thing on this end, a 3/8 female clip and a 5/8 female clip. These might be 3/16, I'm not sure what they're calling them. Pretty sure they're 3/8, and this one's definitely 5/8 or 3/4. Whatever you're going to make your clips out of is good. And then again, like I said, I mark mine with the size of the bracelets that I'm working on. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully you can build one of these yourself. And I'll show the back again just to make sure that you got the overall dimensions. 14 by 2.5. That slot starts at 1 1/8 inches. It's 9 inches long. And if you measure from the other end, which is the stationary end, these 2 screws on the bottom hold the stationary block in. It's 4 inches to the beginning of that slot, and then again 9 inches that way. And the board is 3/16 to 1/4 inch thick. The blocks are 3/4 inch blocks. Width of the blocks 2.5, same as the board. And then the peg holes are in both ends. You can use, if you're stretching something, you can make them longer. You can also make this jig, as long as you want from end to end. You can make this thing 4 feet long. But same basic principle, and then set up the slots anyway. So Michael, 1956, a little shout out to you. Thanks for subbing and asking me to do this video. I hope you can do this. I think it's a bummer that shipping and cost and everything is so expensive in Australia. I went and checked out shipping. I know it's 2 to 3 times as much to ship something there than it is to the UK, which is a bummer. Or twice as much as it is to the UK, and 3 times as much as it is inside the United States. So, hope that helps, and please rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you.